The sun had just come up when the HO's enforcers pulled into my driveway, their boots crunching gravel like they're the owners. No badges, just black gloves, clip voices, and the kind of smugness that comes from thinking you've already won. They didn't knock, didn't call ahead. They just rolled up three of them, with a tablet, a clipboard, and a mission to take the house I'd poured my soul into across the street. Marissa Tate, the HOA's self-crowned queen, stood by her phone. Raises filming every second, her oversized sunglasses and bargain scarf shouts, "Suburban tyrant, she wasn't there for safety. She was there for control, and me." I was sanding my porch rail hands covered with sawdust when they struck me with it. My house was a threat to community standards due to an expired permit. A permit I'd submitted twice. Stamped by a clerk with ketchup on his tie. I constructed that house from scratch from the foundations up. Every nail hammered by my own hands, every beam sliced to lay the specters of a war. I fought to barely make it, and now they wanted to wipe it out like it meant nothing. I'm Ethan Caldwell, former Marine, and I don't frighten easy. But when Clipboard Man began reciting some drivel about Zoning Directive 9.2 and immediate reclamation, my blood ran cold. "You mean my home?" I asked, voice firm. He checked a box on a piece of paper like that made it real. Rehearsed. Rules don't bend for sob stories. Mr. Caldwell, the other two enforcers moved like they were casing a target, one eyeing my fence, the other tapping his tablet. I'd seen that look before Baghdad, 2004. Right before things went sideways, I didn't yell, didn't run. I walked to my garage, calm as death, and pulled a tarp off a crate I hadn't touched in years. Inside, wrapped in canvas, was an M67 grenade altered pin, still a relic from a life I attempted to forget. I cradled it as if it were alive, then stepped back toward the porch, the clipboard guy's eyes fixed on my hand, and I swear his knees hit the ground. "You don't want this," he stuttered. "Oh, I do," I replied, voice low. Marissa yelled, "This is assault, arrest him!" But I stood firm, grenade raised just enough. "You want my house, come take it." The enforcers froze. The air was thick like the moment before a storm breaks. Then tires screeched. My wife Sarah pulled in grocery bags in her arms. She saw the men, saw me, saw the grenade, Ethan. "What the hell?" Her voice cracked, not with fear, but with something worse. Betrayal, Marissa pounced. "Maybe you can talk sense into your lunatic husband, that was it." I yanked the pin. The metallic ring cut the quiet. I threw the grenade on the lawn where it rolled and came to a dead stop like a rock. The enforcer dispersed. Sarah dropped her groceries. Marissa screamed like a banshee in me. I sat on the porch step, pin still clutched in my fist, and breathed. The grenade didn't blow, but the world did. Sirens wailed in the distance. The clipboard man stuttered his radio, grousing about an unstable civilian. Sarah stood still with eyes fixed on the grenade as if it contained our fate. Marissa continued filming, yelling of terrorist acts. I didn't budge. I'd gotten my point across. Not to harm anyone, but to demonstrate that I wouldn't roll over. Cops arrived quickly. Lights blinding hands on holsters, but not drawing wise. They didn't want this on their body cams, sir. "Remain still," one called. I raised my hands. Slowly. "Grenades inert," I said. Making a statement, they didn't sell it. One cop took the grenade as if it would bite, and the other cuffed me, plastic zip ties biting my wrists. Sarah's voice was a mere whisper. "You said you were beyond this." I could not meet her eye. If I did, I'd shatter the holding cell. Was a beige box, fluorescent light humming like it was taunting me. I sat on a plastic bench counting floor tiles. 22 wide, 15 long, 2 cracked. They referred to it as containment review, which is, they didn't have a clue what to do with me. I didn't regret the grenade. I regretted Sarah witnessing that house wasn't walls. It was evidence I could construct something that didn't bleed, and Marissa with her clipboard and her camera believed she could erase it. I was still glowering at the tiles when heels clicked, at the door opened, and in came Claire and Gwen, a lawyer, who appeared as though she'd seen better than me, and one tan jacket, piercing eyes. "No nonsense, you're Ethan Caldwell," she said. "Not a question." I nodded. "You're the attorney, only if you do not get yourself into prison," she retorted. Sarah had hired her, told me. I needed someone who would not blink. Claire explained the HOA's game. Marissa was not just after my home, She was operating a scam through a trust named MTH Properties. Her initials stamped every place on it. She'd been putting families out. Veterans, retirees, single moms selling their houses, cheap after bogus code infractions, then reselling them for profit. My house was next in line for a wellness plaza in the city's 2026 vision. Claire demonstrated an email Marissa had sent to the HOA board, Caldwell's fragile military trauma. Push hard, he'll break it. It was from a week prior to the enforcers arriving. This wasn't about a permit. It was personal. Things got worse. I was out on bail due to my friend Marcus, who picked me up in his truck smirking, like I just robbed a bank. You look too clean for prison. He said the house didn't feel right when I returned smaller, as if it was embarrassed of me. Sarah wasn't home on the counter. A note, don't force me to choose between the man I love and the one they cuffed. I folded it, pocketed it, and drove to the hardware store, needing the smell of sawdust to ground me. That's when I saw the black SUV tinted windows brake light flickering. Two guys followed me inside. Tactical boots. No logos. They weren't shopping. They were hunting. I led them to an abandoned baseball field, parked, and waited. They stepped out, one tall and bulky, the other lean and twitchy. You Ethan Caldwell? The tall one questioned. I didn't reply. He pulled a Fotamy house drone shot fresh. Drop your complaint, he said, or next time we don't talk. He swung, I dodged, slammed my elbow into his ribs. The lean one rushed me, punched me in a split my lip. I dropped him with a knee to the gut. The tall one came again. He groaned in the dirt as their driver peeled out, leaving them behind. This isn't about your house, the tall one coughed. She wants what's under it. I stormed into Claire's office, blood on my shirt, and dropped a manila envelope trail cam. Photos, tire tracks, dash cam footage of the SUV. They jumped me, I said. Said Marissa wants something under my land. Claire didn't blink. That's a setup. Marcus burst in with a thumb drive, city records, zoning logs proof. MTH Properties was Marissa's. She'd rigged votes, forged signatures, even construct the hoe for her own paybacks. Claire sat back. She's not greedy, she's careless. The HOA meeting was a setup, and I walked and wired. Marcus taped a mic underneath my jacket, grumbling, "Don't improvise." The room was full retirees, neighbors, individuals I'd never met. Marissa swept in smiling, an authority blazer, like she was hosting a gala. She monologued about mailbox colors and trash cans, then came to me a safety issue with a non-compliant property. I raised my hand. What constitutes a house as a threat, Marissa? Her smile twitched, code violations, volatile behavior. I leaned forward. Or is it MTH Properties? The trust with your initials purchasing up homes you run? People out of the room went dead. Marcus played her voice, called Wells unstable. Push hard, he'll break. Gasps. Claire stepped in. Black blazer folder in hand. This is fraud. Harassment. Falsified documents. Marissa's face drained. Meeting adjourned. She choked. No one stirred the following morning. Marissa's home was a ghost town. Camera gone. HOA flag yanked. But she wasn't finished. A summons struck, defamation, harassment, restraining order. She went on a local blog, fake tears labeling me as a troubled veteran. Mediation was a circus. She sat opposite me, clipboard like a shield, asserting that she would name her wellness center after me to pay tribute to my service. I laughed, bitter. You don't honor, you erased that night. My truck was egged, a note stuffed under the wiper. Your war's over, stop fighting. Claire kept digging. Marissa's plan came before my citations, demolition approved 6 months ahead of time at the hearing. Her lawyer spun her as a saint, me as a loose cannon. Claire ripped it apart, emails forged, votes, surveillance locks. I testified, hands shaking. I'm not perfect, I said, but that house is my vow to stay whole. Marissa didn't come for safety. She visited because I wouldn't bow the courtroom. Changed, Marissa minimized the verdict. Was quick charges against me, dismissed. Marissa, suspended her scam, revealed. She disappeared, her house sold by Friday. Sarah returned groceries in hand. I softer, you didn't flee, she said. Grasping my hand, I began rebuilding the shed. Marcus drilling alongside me. Claire visited, grinned. Name it, I nodded. Justice, I did not win with the grenade I want, because I stood, because I built.